5 of the most common swing errors fixed with a simple Theraband. Let's get into it. Now I know that you've been playing golf a long time and you have battled a shocking takeaway. The club head has swung inside, fanned itself open, and before you know it, you are hitting some absolute hounders out to the right. Getting that club head to stay out in front of you in takeaway is a very tricky business indeed, not with the magic Theraband. Take the Theraband around your neck, and I want you to get the Theraband coming out the tops of your hands. Pull the Theraband taut, and what you now have is a sensation that the hands are trying to push up against you. And when the hands push up against you, what that does in a takeaway is it rises the handle. Now, as it raises the handle, the club head stays too low. And invariably, this is the main ingredient that causes the club head to stay low, the face open itself out, and off to the right she goes. So take the Theraband, grip the golf club, and what I want to do is take your normal setup. Now what you're going to do, and this is a little bonus tip, is as you start to stretch the Theraband away, you are going to feel like your posture, your spine, wants to stay nice and strong and oppose the pull of the Theraband. So loading your posture with the Theraband is also a win bonus. Now set yourself up to the golf ball. Now what I want you to do is keep the angles between your forearms and your club shaft exactly the same. But this time, now lift the band up. Flex the band, flex your arms. And now we're going to make a backswing. And as you make a backswing, you're going to push the Theraband away from your body. And what you're going to feel is a pressure down in the handle. And you're going to start to see the club head rise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the handle a little higher. Now take the golf club away, pushing off of my spine, and you'll see the club head rise up. Now I get back into my normal posture. I then apply the pressure on the Theraband, and I start to feel the club head rise up. Do that a few times. Then what I want you to do, rid yourself of the Theraband. Set yourself up. You'll immediately feel how you can sense the band almost still trying to pull your hands up. That's the electrical activity in your musculature that's now giving you a good sense of how you want to stretch the band away from your posture. Now the club head stops working inside and fanning itself open. And before you know it, that good takeaway starts to get you hitting the golf ball a little bit straighter. It's a nice angle of attack, a little bit of an inside path with a face close to path. So drill number 1, push that band away from your chest to get that club head out in front of you. Backswing fixed. On to number 2. All too often I see golfers super narrow at the top of the backswing. If you happen to catch me on Sky Sports Golf at the weekend, I talked about Scotty Scheffler and how he loses the width in his downswing. I want to talk to you about the width in your backswing. The Theraband gives you a great opportunity to feel the width of your right arm to expose and give you the sense that the width of the arc is going to remain from setup. So you're going to take the Theraband in your right hand. In your lead hand, pop it up against your chest. Without a golf club to start with, just stretch the Theraband away and load the Theraband. So you've got a very light flex in the right arm. Now make a backswing, and as you make a backswing, I want you to feel like you are going to push the Theraband away and almost feel like your right arm is straighter than it was to start with. And the Theraband really gives you a good sense of that. So the stretching of the Theraband now gives you more radius. Now, when you have more radius in your backswing, what it allows you to do is feel like you get a little bit more narrow in your downswing. Good players go wide to narrow in a golf swing, as opposed to we tend to see amateur golfers getting too narrow on the way back and then they get too wide on the way down. So the Theraband in your lead arm, the other end in your trail arm, grip the golf club, make some backswings, feel like you're going to stretch the Theraband to give you the sense that that arc can be a little bit wider. Cast the band aside, same feel, getting some radius and some width with your right arm. Now make a golf swing, go up to the top, feel that right arm is a little bit wider. And then you'll start to sense that the golf club is almost going to start to narrow up on the way down, almost the feeling that the Theraband now pulls your arm closer. So it's a great sensation, feeling like you're making these one-arm swings where you stretch the Theraband and then feel like you are submissive over the Theraband. Stretch it and submissive. Stretch it, then feel submissive. More Scotty Scheffler-esque rather than Mrs. Miggins from the pie shop. So let's get up to the top of the backswing. Let's get that right arm feeling wide and narrow, and then put it into action so that we start to change the mechanics of those levers. Give it a try. On to number 3. If you have watched enough of my content, you will know I talk about handle pressure like it's going out of fashion. Well, on this channel, it's very much in fashion. And this pressure on the handle down through strike is a key component of shaft lean, angle of attack, taking divots, and controlling low point, to name a few. So this sensation of feeling like the handle pressure is working underneath the body must come from that structure that I talked about in tip 1, that you feel that the band is pushing off of your posture. Now, if you haven't got stability in your posture and you're not activating your postural muscles that this Theraband gives you an opportunity to feel, down through strike, when you push on the band, the chances are you're going to lose some height. So what I want you to sense is, again, get the Theraband over the tops of your hands, grip the golf club, and now what I want you to do is feel that your posture and your grip are going away from each other. Now, once you've loaded the band and pushed away from your posture, just go halfway back and halfway through. So you can start to see the golf club set and unset. Now, this sensation down through strike, the more that you push down to the ground, the more you are going to load the levers. The more I take the pressure off, the more you can see how that club unloads itself. So this pressure actually is going to continue to load the club and make you feel like you can stretch even more, which is where the handle pressure really comes in. And you can even make some little swings like this, gripping the golf club, Theraband in hand, going halfway back where you've got the Theraband loaded, halfway through to the other side, still got the Theraband loaded, and you can really sense that pressure down on the handle. And again, angle of attack down at 3 degrees from the inside at 1, and a face closed to path of 1 degree. This handle pressure through contact is a key component. Now, you've got to make sure that your leg action is fired up as well. And if you want to find out how to fire up your leg action, go check out this video up here. It is a real doozy that's going to give you some sensations that you might not have felt before in your leg action. Give it a go. Let's get on to number 4. If you are a part of the right arm tuck, drive the handle out to the right clan, this one is absolutely for you. The trouble with the downswing is that this left shoulder can get awfully high. When the left shoulder gets awfully high, it will invariably open that face up and pop her out to the right, especially if you're one of those guys or girls that have worked on tucking your right elbow. So get the Theraband tight around your waist, grip it with the last 3 fingers of your lead hand. Now take the golf club in your right hand and start to make some swings. And when you make some swings with that club in the trail hand, what you'll look to feel is how this left shoulder really sits down in the through swing. When the left shoulder sits down in the through swing, it will really start to mobilize the mid-back. And when you mobilize your thoracic spine, you really allow the shoulders to be way more efficient. And it will give you more rotational speed. It will give you more opportunity to get the track of the handle back inside, because we all know the track of the handle working back inside gives us the opportunity to square that face up. So take the band in your left hand. This is not for the faint-hearted, this drill. Make some swings where you just swing with your right arm and you feel how that left shoulder can be pushed down. I'm really trying to sense that left hand is driving itself away from my shoulder, and it's really feeling, sorry to turn my bum to you, is to push that shoulder down on my rib cage and really feel that my shoulder girdle is really secure and feels like it starts to match up with the line of my shoulders, rather than this feeling of the left shoulder high. So once you've made a few swings like that, and you don't necessarily have to do it with the band in hand, just rehearse it. Now take your through swing, or take your golf swing, should I say, hit some shots and feel exactly the same sensation with that left shoulder sitting down. And the chances are you might hit some shots like that. Let's get on to number 5. If you're someone that has battled with some unloading through strike, can't get an angle of attack, a little bit flippy, the Theraband is an absolute killer for giving you a great sensation of how we want this right arm, right shoulder, left hip to work. The right wrist really wants to be submissive. So take the Theraband, tie her up against your golf bag in this case, or anything that's got some stability in it. Get your right arm and your wrist all lined up. Then take the Theraband and just move your hand to the left and feel like you're going to pull the golf bag over without feeling like you're going to put your trail wrist into flexion. So it's going to feel like you can move and pull the bag over by allowing this trail wrist to go into extension, which is exactly the feeling that you need to sense through strike, as opposed to pulling the bag over by putting your wrist into flexion. Two very different motions. One comes from the shoulder, one comes from the wrist. So now we take the golf club, I put the club in front of me and I move the handle forwards. Now you can see how that wrist goes into extension. Now, there's a caveat to this. If you get more shaft lean, which ultimately comes from pressure down and moving around, you better make sure your grip is in good place. Because if the angle of attack improves, what will happen is your face will become more open to the path. Let me show you. I create more angle of attack with a poor grip. I create that pressure on the handle which generates that shaft lean. All of a sudden, you'll see that that golf ball pops out to the right. I've made an angle of attack at 7.6. Look at the face to path value, 10.7 open. As quick as a flash, with the same grip, you will be back into unloading it quickly to stop that ball from going to the right. Now look at the angle of attack I've created, up 3.4, the ball's now gone left, and that is the reason why you don't have pressure through strike on the golf ball. Sort your grip out, watch this video, it will sort the face to your path, it will stop your ball bending right. Then once you fix that, if you have a poor angle of attack, you will then hook the golf ball like Billy-O, which is why this Theraband drill number 5 is crucial to you. Now with the correct grip, watch the video, it's important. Now you'll be able to start to feel that wrist extension down through strike, and even with a super angle of attack in the region of 4.8, you'll get a face to path value that's a lot more neutral. 5 tips that give you the chance to use a very simple swing aid that you can pop in your golf bag that will give you a myriad of skills to improve your golf swing with. Hopefully that's given you some insights. If you do enjoy this kind of content, one video comes out every other day. Check me out on TikTok, check me out. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. On Instagram, And that, my friends, is good coaching.